Hello, we are Antares Consulting and we are here to provide Seriously Starstruck with some business strategy recommendations. First of all, SS prides themselves on these three values: high quality of service, protecting the environment, and education in the form of teaching foreigners of the wonders of the Australian outback. This can clearly be demonstrated in their vision of delivering the best stargazing experience the world has to offer, and their mission statement to provide the most unique Australian camping experience for first-time visitors into New South Wales by taking them to places outside of the main city, bringing something new and exciting for even the most seasoned stargazer. So what makes SS so unique? SS takes on a luxury stance on camping, differentiating themselves from their competitors through creativity and innovation. Various learning experiences in the form of VR, cultural stories, and cultural immersion, a high-quality stargazing camping experience catered to each customer's specific wants, and a high-quality focus in the form of elite camping equipment, as well as service and the abundance of enrichment opportunities through our knowledgeable staff. So where do they currently stand? As of now, SS is a relatively new startup camping-orientated company that focuses on their primary demographic of tourists, offering an authentic Australian stargazing experience in unique locations across New South Wales. However, they eventually would like to achieve a global outreach with bases primarily in Australia and eventually New Zealand. Not only this, but they would like to be reputed to provide a wide variety of locations and cultural immersion options, whilst also emphasizing the importance of a nature and life balance.
So how do we achieve this? SMART goals. So we have 4 SMART goals to help us achieve these. So the first SMART goal is increase profit margin by 20% by 2034. And the KPI for this would be yearly revenues, net profit, and financial reports. Our second SMART goal is incorporation of triple bottom line reporting in the firm's strategy by the end of 2019, which will be measured by meeting the planned executive expectations to be discussed by SS for triple bottom line. Our third SMART goal is to expand from New South Wales to Australia-wide within 5 years, that's 2024, and then to New Zealand within 10 years, 2029. This will be measured by the revenue that is gained in these regions, as well as the customers per tour in these locations. The fourth SMART goal is to become the most dominant market shareholder in the adventure tourism industry by 2035, which will be monitored through revenue and market share as well as repeat customers. So our primary stakeholders, who are they? We have customers, suppliers, employees, and investors. Customers are tourists primarily from China, New Zealand, followed by US, UK, Japan, and Singapore, who are our main source of revenue. Our suppliers are farmers, recruitment agencies, overseas tourist companies, camping equipment leases, national park authorities, which provide high-quality resources, as well as investors who provide us sponsorships, which fund us with the capital for our business. Our extended stakeholders are competitors, social media communities, government, and special interest groups such as environment support groups and media, of which our competitors are primarily camping, observatories, accommodation sector, i.e. hotels and Airbnbs, other tourism packages, and adventure sports companies. So in order to align with the goals of our stakeholders and as well as our second SMART goal of triple bottom line reporting, we have a variety of recommendations. This includes having donation options to Australian causes such as raising finances for farmers experiencing drought, supporting environmental concern groups, planting trees is an included activity in our tours, raising funds for natural disasters, and other options such as tying up with schools to educate on stars and the Australian environment through our hosts who interact with our customers, as well as working towards zero waste and 100% solar panel and wind-based energy supply, supporting our local Australian communities through locally sourced products, as well as maintaining positive public relations activities such as sponsorships.
In business, before any kind of strategy or tactical plan can be implemented, it is fundamental to conduct a situational analysis. And the PESTLE frameworks forms part of that and should be repeated at regular stages to identify changes in the macro environment. Organizations that successfully monitor and respond to changes in the macro environment are able to differentiate from the competition and create a competitive advantage. Politics play an important role in business. This is because there is balance between systems of control and free markets. Economic factors are metrics that measure the health of any economic region. Social factors assess the mentality of the individual or consumers in a given market. This step entails recognizing the potential technologies that are available. Both consumers and governments penalize firms for having adverse effects on the environment. For legal factors, this step involves learning about the laws and regulations in your region is critical for avoiding unnecessary legal costs. An external environment is a group of factors or conditions that are outside organization but affect it in some extent. In business, this term commonly applies to elements related out of control dimensions such as society, economy, regulations, and political system. SWOT analysis is a very effective way to analyze the external environment of a firm. The SWOT analysis summarized from us to the stargazing firm can be concluded as following things. They got a first mover advantage since there's not many competitors in the industry right now. They also have young and fresh perspective on innovation. For the weakness, the lack of capital and corporate image could be an obstacle to stop them from further progress. For opportunities, given that Sydney is a fast-growing economic environment, so it could be very helpful for them to develop their business. For the threats, poor night weather condition and poor air quality could be an obstacle. Due to the fact that weather is a key factor of stargazing, we produced research about environment trend in the future. According to the Global Climate Report 2019, the precipitation record of 2019 October is 65% below average in the nation's 120 years record. So that can be summarized. The future weather could be cause severe weather events, and the weather can be characterized as dry across New South Wales.
We have reconfigured Porter's value chain to suit a service-oriented analysis and identified that the main activities in advertising, sales, delivery, and customer relationship management are SS's strongest suits as they are backed up by the support activities of administration crew and processes, as well as procurement of sponsorship deals and vehicle outsourcing to deliver optimum service delivery. And so, they are our competitive advantages over competitors. Not only this, but we have identified through personal analysis that we see that our competitors provide on-site experiences, and so using our VRIO resources of our virtual reality equipment and tour business model, we can take advantage of that, of being a first mover and employ a red ocean strategy with a radical innovation of a personalized Australian camping stargazing tour to beat out all other competitors in the market.
So we've decided to go with a differentiation over cost leadership strategy, and in particular broad differentiation. This allows us to focus on high quality innovative methods of service delivery to set us apart from our other competitors and in a sense create a new subsector which allows us to use premium pricing and added value experiences such as luxury options, VR, hot air balloon night rides. Considering our broad buyer segment, the broad differentiation strategy is what is most ideal. We have many different factors that allows us to apply broad differentiation, such as our high quality customer service, service R&D for innovative service delivery methods, innovation, high input quality, the employee skill training and experience on astronomy and Australian landscape, as well as sales and marketing through social media. Considering the fact that we are a camping stargazing company in unique places, offering unique experiences, in a sense and to some extent we are a first mover, which gives us the advantages of building reputation, customer loyalty, point of differentiation, and less competition compared to other industries, which can also set the technical standard for future competitors. Next, our corporate strategy. So for our corporate strategy, we focus on stargazing camping combination as we are a service-focused business which comes under the accommodation sector. Our future proposition for our corporate strategy is to work with education programs to give information on stars for school camping trips, an option we can add in with others to help further diversify our portfolio. In regards to the markets to enter, we are adopting a transnational strategy and expanding from New South Wales to the Australian market, and then in the long-term goal of expansion into New Zealand. New Zealand is an ideal location to expand due to its scenic views, low light pollution, scenic landscapes, low political and operational risks due to the political standpoint of low corruption and similar labour regulations. This offers us and our customers with higher options variety, increased market share and market attractiveness. The ideal mode of entry into this location would be greenfield venture, also known as wholly owned subsidiary, due to the high control and high localization required for the intensity of investment. To strengthen our Our core competencies in our business strategy are creativity, human resources, innovation, quality of service, and technology, of which quality of service and creativity are key to our differentiation focus. Out of these, to strengthen, we need to work on our innovation through investing into R&D for new technologies and new methods of innovation, investing into our employees' quality of training to provide better services, creativity sector through taking suggestions from fan base, as well as human resources to provide better pay and incentives for our employees in order to retain our workforce and reduce retraining. Heading over to our functional strategy, the ideal strategy for us is a functional strategy focusing with the executive at the top and our 5 sections of service, marketing, creativity, finance, and human resources, with 2 subsidiaries, one in New South Wales, which then extends to Australia, and then New Zealand.
Globalization is not a new word. It can help the company increase profits and expand in further steps. In recent decades, the process of globalization has accelerated due to a variety of factors, like improved trade, increased labor, capital mobility, and improved technology. For the Department of Tourism, there has been a rapid growth in air travel, lower prices of tickets, enabling greater movement of people and goods across the globe. And for tourism, globalization is a very difficult process due to its special characteristics, especially for companies like Siriusly, Starstruck. Our guides need to be high quality talents and have a clear understanding of the local culture and environment. This kind of high quality tour guide is what Siriusly, Starstruck lack. Besides, brand value and funds are also important parts of their global resources. Unfortunately, Siriusly, Starstruck are not qualified to compete with other mature companies. Such, they need to start from multi-domestic and seek for the chance to implement transactional strategy, expanding their companies from Sydney to New South Wales, then whole Australia. Based on the reputation in Australia, they could seek for partners in the way of learning alliances, which develops new technology through collaborative research or technology transfer between allies. For example, travel agencies in New Zealand and China often offer tourists with unique experience like they did instead of assigning them to random agencies directly. Companies sometimes change their strategies to improve their long-term success in markets or try to sustain competitiveness when the external environment change, like technology, policies, new strategy directions can help a company to adapt to change in the legal environment on the marketplace. New strategies can help a company to perform more efficiently or cost efficiently, or help them to enter a new, more profitable industry. While it is important to determine when to change initiatives, it's equally important to determine when they are not needed. It's due to the fact that large organizations' change are often costly and over 70% fail rate. For external factors, the company could implement a team within the company's structure to assess and analyze the competitive environment and market to sustain competitiveness. For internal, like have already mentioned, from multi-domestic to transactional strategy, it's kind of spontaneous change, seeking for growth opportunities to explore new areas and exercise creativity in ways will ultimately benefit the company through the new ideas and increase commitment. Next, the team should not only look out for external threats, but also opportunities that can be seized to improve upon the company's competitive advantage.
Companies need to have an organizational culture which embraces change. This can be promoted through the underscore and explore communication strategy to increase awareness to support change and eliminate risk aversion, inertia. They also need to provide incentives to support change, such as money, job security, job satisfaction, responsibility, and better working conditions. For a summary, look into our infographic, please. Thank you.